Hello students, so in this video we will discuss about the previous year questions of
FMG January 2024.
okay. So let's begin with the question number 1. Okay, so what is the question? In immunization clinic, after giving pentavalent vaccine, in which category you will dispose of syringe with fixed needle? So what they are asking about that syringe with fixed needle. Okay, syringe with fixed needle. Here you know what is needle. Needle is a sharp waste. Needle is a sharp waste. So what will you do? Here the category A. Okay, question is from the biomedical waste management. It's simple question. In yellow category, what we dispose? We dispose the human anatomical waste. So this will not be our answer. In red, we dispose infective waste, especially like catheter or infected tubings. It will be not the answer. And now here we have white and the blue. So in white color boxes, we usually dispose syringe with needle or needle cutting after the hub cutter. Okay, and for blue, so nowadays there are some cardboard boxes available in biomedical waste management with the blue symbols. So broken glasses are placed in the blue one. So our answer in this question will be option C. So let's discuss some little bit more about this. Number 1, yellow for human and anatomical waste. Red is for contaminated waste which is recyclable like plastic bags. The white is for scalpels. Scalpels are small, blades are small, needles are small, syringes with fixed needle, sharp metal and needle tip cutter. So these are the small sharp items which are segregated in the white color boxes. And the for blue, broken glassware, cytotoxic waste, metallic body implant, they are placed in the blue colored bins. So our answer for this question will be white. Okay, syringe with the fixed needle. So if they may ask similar question with other waste material, you can solve it easily. Now in population of 2 lakhs, reported live birth are 4,000. Causes of maternal death are as follows: 2 death by ectopic pregnancy. Okay, so there are maternal death, 2 death by ectopic pregnancy. Okay, then 2 death by puerperal sepsis. Okay, 2 death by abortion, that is okay. 4 death by PPH, postpartum hemorrhage, it is also okay. And 2 death by electrocution. So electrocution is not a cause of maternal mortality rate. Okay, electrocution can happen to anyone if a mother is pregnant, and if mother expired due to pregnancy causes related to the pregnancy, it will be considered in the maternal mortality rate. But if mother died of accident or some electrocution or some homicide, it will not be considered as a cause of maternal mortality rate or maternal mortality ratio. Okay, so here it will not be considered. Now with 5 stillbirth, so stillbirth will also will not be a cause of maternal mortality rate. Here 2, 2, 2, 6 and 4, 10. So there are 10 maternal death out of 4,000 live birth. So what we know, we calculate the MMR from live birth. Here the question is asked about MMR. So here one more important thing, that MMR is maternal mortality rate or maternal mortality ratio. Here rate, there is a difference between the rate and the ratio. So what is the difference between the rate and the ratio? If numerator is a part of denominator, let me take another blank slide. What is the difference between rate and ratio? Rate and ratio, if numerator is a part of denominator, it will be considered as rate, and if numerator is not a part of denominator, it will be considered as a ratio. For example, infant death and the live birth, So total number of birth, suppose 1000 baby was born and out of 1000 10 died, it means they died from this live birth. So denominator and numerator are related here. Numerator is a part of denominator. But in maternal mortality, the number of maternal death is above and live birth is below. So live birth is of 1000 kids, 1000 babies, and mother is a different entity from the baby. So it will be ratio. Okay. Now if you want to calculate maternal mortality rate, in that case what we will take? We will take number of maternal death in the numerator, maternal death in the numerator, and the number of the mothers in the denominator. So it is difficult to estimate the number of the mother. Because why it is difficult to estimate the number of mother? Because there sometimes there is twin birth, sometimes there is abortion, sometimes there is false pregnancy. Okay, that's why we are taking a constant entity, that is live birth. That's why we are calculating MMR as a ratio, not as a rate. So here we are taking 10 as a maternal death and 4000 is a live birth, multiply by 1 lakh. Okay, so after multiplying with the 1 lakh, what will happen here? 0 to 0, from 20 to 20, 1000 divided by 4, the answer will be 250. So answer will be 250 maternal death per lakh live birth. Here 250 is in the option. So here our answer will be A. Okay, understood? Now next question. It is very important question. A 30-year lady coming to the clinic on 5th day of unprotected intercourse. Okay, unprotected coitus. So for unprotected coitus, we are always talk about the emergency contraceptives. And in emergency contraceptives, while we will use, we give I pill. Okay, emergency contraceptive pill, that is I pill, which contain levonorgestrel, LNG. But for LNG, there is a criteria that we have to give within 72 hours of the unprotected intercourse. Here the lady is coming on the 5th day. So on 5th day there is no use of the LNG. So LNG will not be answer. Okay, it will not be answer. It is very confusing, and when you are in the examination hall, your mind is double confused. So you will do it wrong. Now the best emergency contraceptive. Next is the IUCD. What is the role of IUCD here? If we implant the IUCD, it will interfere the implantation of the fetus. So we can use IUCD here. Okay. Next, combined OCP, combined oral contraceptive pills. So oral contraceptive pills, if there is fertilization has been take place, there is no use of the combined oral contraceptive pills. Here OCP are of no use. Okay. Then mifepristone. Mifepristone is anti-progestin. It is, when we know progesterone is the hormone of pregnancy, mifepristone is the anti-progesterone. So when we will use mifepristone, we can use the mifepristone for the medical termination of the pregnancy, which is a legal issue. So we will not use the mifepristone here. So we have only one option left. The answer of exclusion will be IUCD here. Okay. Next one, the total number of the children. It is very important question. Okay, the total number of the children born to a woman in comparison to other women of same reproductive age. So we are comparing two different women of same reproductive age, that the number of the children, whatever the number of children is having the one woman in compared to the other women. Okay, so here there are option TFR, GFR, GRR and the NRR. There are 4 options. Option number 1, total fertility rate, general fertility rate, general reproduction rate and the net reproduction rate. So we have to go through the definition of all these 4 here. Number 1 was that GFR. We will take the GFR because GFR is the general fertility rate. It talk for the general population, that it is defined as the number of live birth per 1000 women of the reproductive age. So it means if GFR is talking about the per 1000 women of reproductive age, in our question, the question was asked the total number of the children born to a woman. To a woman means for a single woman. So if the question is asking for the single woman, but GFR is saying that the total number of the children for per 1000 women. Okay, average number per thousand we are calculating here. Define the number of the live births per thousand women of the reproductive age. It means the GFR will not be our answer. Okay, now the next definition is going for the TFR. What is TFR? TFR is the total fertility rate. Here is the average number of the children a woman could have during her reproductive age if she passed through the current fertility rate. So in TFR we are talking about a single woman who having average number of the child. So here we can assume that our answer can be similar to the TFR because both are talking for a single woman. So our answer can be TFR. Okay, now we will discuss about the GRR and the NRR also. So in GRR, general reproduction rate, it is saying it measures the average number of daughters a woman would have if she lived through the reproductive age, assuming fixed age specific fertility. So in GRR we are not talking about the children, we are talking about only daughters. So it cannot be answer of our question. It is totally talking about the female and female children. Okay, the difference between the GRR and the net reproduction is little bit difference. Both are almost same. In GRR we are saying the total number of daughter a women will have assuming fixed age specific fertility rate, and in RRR we are saying total number of the daughter a woman will have assuming fixed age specific fertility rate and the mortality rate. So there is the difference of mortality rates. Okay, so what is the difference between the GRR and the NRR? In GRR we are not considering mortality rate, while in NRR we are considering the mortality rate. This is the main difference which is not clearly written in any book, or they are written in only few books. Okay, this is so GRR and the NRR. GRR and NRR cannot be the answer of our question because they talk only about the daughter or the female children. Here we are talking about the total number of the children. It means male and female both. So GRR and NRR cannot be the answer. The answer will be TFR only. Okay. The one more thing I need to tell you, in GRR and NRR the difference is of mortality rate. So if we exclude the mortality rate, if we make the mortality rate negligible, or we nullify the mortality rate, the GRR and NRR will be equal. So it does last time if the all women survive to end of their reproductive age, GRR and NRR would be equal. Okay, if the all women survive the reproductive age, then there is no mortality. In that case GRR and NRR both will be the same. Okay, understood? Now the next question, male death per thousand mid-year population of male, means they are talking about the male death only. They are talking about the male death. So what is the CDR? Crude death rate, the total death upon mid-year population. Okay, this is the CDR, crude death rate. It is not the answer. Next, it is saying the specific mortality rate. So when we calculate mortality for a specific group or for a specific disease, it is called the specific death rate. Suppose we calculate the age specific death rate of 1 to 10 year age group, of 11 to 20 year age group, or senior citizen death. So it will be called age specific death rate. Here we are calculating, we try to calculate death of the males only. So it will be gender specific death rate. So it can be the specific mortality rate. Yes, it can be. Now talking about the proportional mortality rate. So suppose out of 1000 death, how many death is due to TB? Suppose 20. So it means 2%. 2% is the proportional mortality rate. So mortality rate that is specific. It means specific means for a particular group, for a particular disease. But in proportional mortality rate, the total from we are calculating the mortality out of the total mortality. Suppose in a 1 lakh population, I am saying there are total 10,000 death. Okay, understood? Now in 1 lakh population we are having 1,000 death due to accidents. So what is the specific mortality for the accident? It will be 1000 upon lakh into 100, that is 1%. Clear? If I try to calculate proportional mortality or rate of the accident, then it will be 1000 upon 10,000. It means total number of the death, that will be 10%. So this is the difference between specific and the proportional mortality. Here they are asking about the specific mortality rate. Okay, this is the answer. Mortality cannot be, and mid-year population, it is just a filler. It cannot be the answer. So our answer here will be specific mortality rate. Now next question: what is the strain used for the injectable polio vaccine used in NIS? NIS is National Immunization Schedule. So what is the strain? So sometimes we know about the trivalent polio vaccine and bivalent polio vaccine. Okay, and fractional IPV also. So we say in fractional IPV there is a reduction in the dose of the polio vaccine, and the all three P1, P2, P3, all three strains are used in the fractional IPV. So our answer will be P1, P2 and P3 in injectable. While in OPV, previously we were using trivalent polio vaccine in which P1, P2 and P3, all three strains were available. Now we are using bivalent in which we are having only P1 and P3. No P2 strain is seen in the is a content of bivalent polio vaccine, because P2, when we use P2 as a live attenuated, it can cause vaccine associated polio. That's why we are using P2 as in killed format. Okay, so in fractional there is all three strain are here, P1, P2 and P3. Okay, the next question: what is this? Given instrument is used to measure which of the following? Air temperature, air humidity, cooling power of the air and the hot temperature. So we are seeing that there is two temperature meter, two thermometer here. One is fixed and another is free. So what we will do, we kept a wet cloth here and we will leave it in the air, and due to humidity, if the weather is dry, the cloth will dry earlier, and if weather is humid, cloth will dry little bit later. So after due to this cooling, due to this evaporation of the water from the cloth, there will be a drop in the temperature, and we will calculate the difference of the temperature. Okay, so what is the use of this temperature meter? It will be used to calculate the air humidity, and it is called psychrometer, or we can say wet dry bulb also. Wet bright, this is the psychrometer. It has two thermometers, one wet bulb and one dry bulb. So we also called it wet bulb dry bulb thermometer. The bulb of the wet bulb thermometer is covered with a damp cloth. When psychrometer is suspended or rotated in the air, the wet bulb thermometer is cooled by the evaporation and the reading is of thermometer is decreased. The relative humidity is determined by the comparing the wet and dry thermometer bulb temperature. So it is simple. It is not a different thing. What we do, we take two thermometer. One is normal and another is for wet. We cover the thermometer tip with a wet cloth, and the time required to dry up the cloth, and after that particular time the temperature will be dropped, and we will use that readings to calculate the air humidity. Okay, the next question is: which of the following is correct feature of case control study? It is very important. The use for rare disease, effective cause, calculation to incidence, calculation to prevalence. So it means when we talk about the case control study, we have to always read it or study it in comparison with the cohort study. So what is the difference between case control study and the cohort study? Let me tell you. Case control and the cohort. So when we are seeing a patient in the hospital or in the clinic, it is somewhat a case control study. Patient is coming to us with a disease. The patient is coming to us with a disease, and we try to find out that what is the cause, what was the cause. So disease or effect, the patient is coming to us with the effect and we are trying to find out the cause. Okay, it is called the retrospectively, we are going in the backward direction. Now in cohort we make a group with the risk factor, and now we observe, we follow up for the development of the effect. Now suppose there is a person who is having genetically diabetes in family, diabetes runs in the family. If a person is coming to us and say that my father is diabetic, my mother is diabetic, my grandfather was diabetic, so we can introduce that person is a cohort group, and what we see that at what time the person is developing diabetes mellitus. So it is a prospective study. Okay, and by case control we can calculate odds ratio, and by cohort we can calculate AR. AR means attributable risk, incidence, and the relative risk. Okay, now coming to the question, which of the following is correct for the case control study? Effect to cause used for the rare disease. Yes, case control is also used for the rare disease. It is the correct answer, because rare disease, it means the disease which is happening sometimes, we don't know in which person the disease will happen, so we cannot make a group, we cannot create a cohort. But a person is coming to us with a rare disease, it means the person is coming to us with the disease. Now we have to find out the cause. It means in case control study we can use for the rare disease. Okay, then effect to cause. Yes, it is obvious that in case control study patient is coming with the disease or the effect, and we try to find out the cause. This is the also right answer. Now calculation of the incidence, no, it is calculation of incidence will be done in the cohort. Calculation of the prevalence is done in the cross sectional study. So there are two options are correct, effect to cause and use for the rare disease. Now if someone asks which is more correct, so which is more correct, effect to cause retrospective, we will go with the B. Okay, otherwise both are the correct answer. It will be a, now all are included in the GHI. GHI is Global Hunger Index. So all are included in the GHI except, so what is GHI? We should know that GHI is made of three index. Number one is the proportion of undernourished population. How many population of your country is undernourished? How many children are underweight? And what is the child mortality rate? So these three things are considered in the Global Hunger Index, and GHI for India in 2014 was 17.8. So here again we know undernourished population, children underweight, and the child mortality. These three are the part of the GHI. Infant mortality rate or under 5 mortality rate or neonatal mortality rate, these are not the part of GHI. Okay, the next question is, what is ANMOL? ANMOL, ANMOL. ANM online learning platform. Suppose you just remember it by this. So ANMOL is a tablet which was provided to ANMs so that they can work on the Android application. They can fill their daily routine data, like data of MCTS, data of PCTS, or data of vaccination, everything they can fill. So it is a tablet. Oh, and it is very important and very normal question. Now Navjat Shishu Suraksha Yojana is for whom? Navjat, who is Navjat? Navjat is 1 month old child, which is also can be considered as a neonate or newborn. So Navjat is for newborn. Okay, so newborn lactating mother, children, the infant, the newborn will be our answer. Okay, it is very simple question. You just know the English meaning of the Navjat. Now under MB is Anemia Mukt Bharat program. What is dose of anemia treatment for 26-week pregnant lady with no history of iron folic acid intake? So for a 26-week pregnancy, what we do, we give 60 mg elemental iron and 500 microgram folic acid. Now we will give daily 1 dose or 2 dose. So let me tell you little bit more about the Anemia Mukt Bharat program. It was started in 2018, and the target is to 3% reduction of the anemia prevalence every year under the Poshan Abhiyan. So the Anemia Mukt Bharat is related with the Poshan Abhiyan, which talk about the nutrition and an iron folic acid supplementation. It has 6x6x6 strategy. What is the 6x6x6 strategy? In this we have 6 age group, we have 6 intervention, and we have 6 institutional mechanism. So in 6 age group, what are we having? 6 month to 5 year age child, it means under 5 child. Why 6 month? Why not 0 month? Because till 6 month we give only exclusive breastfeeding. That's why we are not including the child or the infant below 6 month. Till 6 month we are having only exclusive breastfeeding. Now 6 month to 5 year, then 5 to 9 year of the child. Now after 9 year, males are removed from the scheme. Only girls will be taken. Adolescent boys and the girls here. Okay, and in adolescent, okay, adolescent boys and girls are here. Pregnant women, lactating women, and the RCH group women. So this scheme mainly for the RCH group, means mothers, for the children, for the adolescent, but not for the male, adult male. So adult male are not a part of adult male are not a part of this Anemia Mukt Bharat program. Okay, till adolescent males are here. Previously I said after 9 year, but there is a cliche that in adolescent age we usually take 11 to 19 year, and from 9 to 11 year the boy, where the boys will go. So it is a question mark, it is not mentioned anywhere. Okay, then what is the 6th intervention? Prophylactic iron folic acid we will give, periodic deworming, BCC campaign, behavior change communication campaign, test and treatment of anemia, mandatory IFA, and the fortified food in the prevention program, and addressing non-nutritional causes of anemia. And now these are the 6 interventional mechanism, institutional mechanism. This is the prophylactic IFA that I am talking about. What is this? In pregnancy we will give 1 tablet weekly, iron 60 mg, folic acid 180 days during pregnancy from 4th month. Okay, and in lactation 1 tablet weekly, both are the same. For RCH group we will give 1 tablet weekly from iron folic acid 60 mg and 500 mg folic acid. So this is for the prophylaxis. Okay, this is for the prophylaxis. And if the mother is having anemia, in that case we will give the daily dose. So here in the question is saying dosage of the anemia treatment. They are not talking about the prophylaxis, they are talking about the anemia treatment. So in this case what we will do, we will give 60 mg iron and 500 mg folic acid once daily. Okay, now arrange correct sequence of the family cycle. So what is family cycle? When family begins with the marriage, it will extend with the birth of the child, and when child is younger, in adult age, leaves the house, later on the primary member of the family will die, so now family will end. So this is the family, formation of family with the marriage, extension with the birth of first child, complete extension with the birth of last child, contraction when first child leave the home, complete contraction when last child leave the home, and dissolution when first spouse dies. So there are total 6 stages of the family: formation, extension, complete extension, contraction, complete contraction, the dissolution. So here formation, extension, complete extension, retraction, complete retraction, dissolution, and extinction. This will be the correct sequence. A will be the answer. Okay, then which of the following method is used to kill mosquito larva? So they are talking about the anti-larval activities. So in anti-larval activities, what we take MLO, mineral larvicidal oil, we use Tamifos, we use BTI, Bacillus thuringiensis, and we use Gambusia fish. These are the main 3-4 things that we are using. Mosquito nets are used for the adult mosquito, indoor spray for the adult mosquito. For larva we use Gambusia fish, and repellents for the adult mosquito. So these other 3 are the anti-adult measure. Only Gambusia fish is for the larval measure, anti-larval measure. Next is a person presenting with complaint of eschar formation. When you read eschar formation, our answer will be scrub typhus, because eschar formation is a pathognomic feature, characteristic feature of the scrub typhus. So our answer will be the scrub typhus here. No more thinking about that. Next, the most common non-communicable disease worldwide. So NCD, they are talking about the NCD. So in the list of NCD, the first disease we are studying is the hypertension, which is most common cardiac disease. Hypertension, AV septal defect, cardiomyopathy and atrial fibrillation. After reading these 4 diseases, you can easily say that hypertension is most common NCD. Okay. The next question is leading cause of the blindness in the children. So in children, suppose the children of up to the age of 5 years, what can be the leading cause? Cataract cannot be the leading cause. Glaucoma cannot be the leading cause. Refractory error. So in a refractory error, very less chances to be seen in the children of up to the 5-year age. Okay. So vitamin A deficiency, it is the most common cause of the blindness. That's why we are having vitamin A supplementation program under the food fortification programs. Then Rukmani is attending the village health nutrition and sanitation day awareness program. How frequently the program is conducted? So they are talking that village health nutrition and sanitation program, when it conducted. So I am telling you, it is conducted every month at the Anganwadi. So Anganwadi center every month, village health nutrition program. Okay. Then next question is, in a local area out of total live birth of 15,000, in a local area out of total live birth, so their total live birth is 15,000, 225 children dies in first 7 days. So 225 children dies in first 7 days and 75 children dies in next 7 to 28 days. Calculate the neonatal mortality rate. Who is a neonate? Neonate is up to the 1 month age. Up to 7 days is early neonate. 7 to 28 days late neonate. Early neonate deaths are 20 to 25. Late death is 75. Both are included in the neonates. It is 300. So 300 neonate death divided by 15,000 multiplied by 1000. The answer will be, our answer will be, what will be the answer? It will be 20. Okay. If we calculate this, the answer will be 20. Okay. The next question. A sexually active female who is a wife of truck driver from a lower socio-economic status present with a complaint of whitish discharge. Whitish discharge. What will you do for the screening of cancer cervix? So in any case of the cancer cervix, the screening method is the pap smear. Answer will be the pap smear. It is very simple. Screening method. For screening, we can do the pap smear. For confirmatory test, we can do the biopsy. Next, you are doing survey in an area to known vitamin A deficiency problem. What is criteria to declare it is a major public health problem in the district if prevalence of? So suppose you are doing survey in an area which is known for the vitamin A deficiency. Now they are asking that when it will be a major public health problem. So when it will be a major public health problem, what in vitamin A prevalence risk, when night blindness is more than 1%. Okay, night blindness is more than 1%. Bitot spot is more than 0.5%. Corneal cirrhosis is 0.1%. Corneal scarring is 0.05%. And decreased retinol is greater than 5%. So here the retinol can be greater than 5%, then night blindness, then bitot spot, then corneal cirrhosis, and then corneal scar. So you can Ranbir, okay, RNB, Ranbir access. Okay, so here you know bitot spot is greater than 1%. Retinol, high retinol is greater than, retinol deficiency is more than 5%. Then bitot spot in more than 0.5% population, corneal cirrhosis in more than 0.1% population, and corneal scarring is greater than 0.05%. So here when we increasing with the clinical feature, Okay, increasing with the intensity of the clinical feature, the percentage of the prevalence is decreasing. So here they are saying night blindness is 0.02%. We are saying when night blindness is more than 1%, we will consider is a public health problem. When bitot spot is 0.5%, we will consider is a major public health problem. Here they are saying bitot spot 0.8%. It means it can be considered as a major public health problem. Corneal cirrhosis is 0.001. No, it was 0.1% only. So this cannot be the true. Corneal ulceration is 0.001. It was 0.05%. Okay, scarring was 0.5%. Ulceration was 0.1% only. So here our answer will be bitot spot. Okay. The next question, in a village expected death rate is 3 per 1000 and observed death rate is 6 per 1000. Calculate the standardized mortality ratio. So how to calculate the standardized mortality ratio? For standardized mortality ratio, we take observed death rate divided by expected death rate multiply by 100. So here observed death rate was 6, expected by 3 divided by 100 multiply by 100, it will be 200. So here answer will be 200. Okay. So it is the simplest and most useful standardized mortality ratio formula. SMR is calculated by observed death rate upon expected death rate multiply by 100. Next, after war, the residents of that were shifted to other place. Method for human excreta waste disposal in this case will be. So एक war हुई, there was a war and residents of area are shifted to other place. So where what will be the septic tank facility, what will be the sewage management facility? So there will be no permanent sewage management facility, so there will be no septic tank, there will be no aqua previ, there will be no chemical closet, there will be only a temporary method of the sewage disposal, that is deep trench latrine. It is a temporary method. Okay, now these all things I have been taught in DigiNow. As you know, I am a faculty of community medicine at DigiNow. So at DigiNow I have completed the whole course of the community medicine in 24 hours only. So there are 24 hours video of community medicine at DigiNow, and if you want to take, you can purchase the course from DigiNow, where you will get all the lectures. Then steps of disaster management. So it is very simple. What is the steps of disaster management? This is the disaster management cycle. So first of all, there is a impact of the disaster management. After that, after an impact, there will be a sudden response, then rehabilitation, then reconstruction. This is the recovery phase, then mitigation and the preparedness. So what will be the stages of the disaster impact? Start with the impact, then response, then rehab, and the mitigation. After mitigation, there will be preparedness. So our answer will be option A. Impact will always be at the start. Next is the in triage, which of the following has high priority? It is very simple question. Everyone know that the red will be on the highest priority and black are the moribund, they are on the least priority. Okay, this is about the triage situation. Triage situation is seen in the case of disaster many times. These are the bands we used to tie on the hand of the patient to show the patient is on the highest priority or the lowest priority. This is the, okay. Here red one is the immediate priority, black is the morgue, delayed is the yellow, and the minor is the green. Next is the table shown below are the components of. So here a table is showing the fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, social mobility. What is this? This is a component of demographic process or demographic dividend or demographic cycle or demographic bonus. So it cannot be the demographic cycle, we all know. It is a demographic process. So what is the demographic process? Demographic process has 5 phenomena, then fertility, marriage, migration, social mobility, and mortality. So these demographic process are what they are doing. Either they are increasing the population or either they are decreasing the population. So these 5 things are the demographic process. So our answer will be A, demographic process. It is very simple question. Now bilirubin is which type of the data? So you know, if you have gone through the biostatistics lecture, I have completed the whole biostatistics in 1 hour in my RxPSM channel and also at the DigiNerve in 1 hour. Okay, so you know about the data. There are two types of the data. One is the qualitative and another is the quantitative. In qualitative data we have nominal data and the ordinal data. In quantitative we have interval data and the ratio. So here nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio. And what here nominal and ordinal, they are the qualitative data. In nominal we just say names, yes or no. Okay, so it cannot be the bilirubin because bilirubin is a continuous data. In bilirubin 1.2, 1.21, 1.21, 1.23, anything can be the answer. So it is a continuous data. It cannot be nominal. Like ordinal, what is ordinal? Ordinal is the Likert scale. Mild, moderate, severe, very strong, less strong, strong, highly strong, like this. So qualitative is not the answer. The nominal and ordinal cannot be the answer of the bilirubin. Now continuous and the discrete. So here interval and the ratio. So in interval is a continuous data. Okay. So bilirubin is a continuous data. Discrete means बदल छोड़ के, मतलब कभी कुछ कोई भी वैल्यू हो जाएगी. जो discrete is which is not non-continuous. Okay, what is discrete? Discrete which is non-continuous. So here bilirubin is a continuous data. Answer will be C. The next is phases of the demographic cycle with the birth rate is stable with variation in the death rate. So we should know about the demographic cycle. So what is happening in the demographic cycle? Initially birth rate is high, death rate is high. In second stage birth rate is constant and death rate is begin to decline. So there is a extension of the population. In next phase death rate decline more and birth rate also begin to decline. In later phase birth rate is constant, death rate is also constant, and later phase death rate is constant and birth rate is declining. So there will be negative population. So initially birth rate is high and in second stage birth rate is constant. Okay, so when there is birth rate is constant and death rate is declining, initially phases of the demographic cycle with birth rate is stable. So birth rate was stable in stage first and stage second, and the variation in the death rate variation was in the first and the second stage. Okay, so the answer will be stage 1 and the early expanding. Stage 1 and stage 2. In late expanding, why? Because in late expanding birth rate was declining, not constant. It will not be the answer. And in low stationary birth rate was low and death rate was also low, but there is that time birth rate is stable, but there was not variation in the death rate was also constant. That's why low stationary phase will not be taken in the answer. So stage 1 and stage 2 both will be our answer. Okay, this is about the demographic cycle. You can read by pausing the video. Next is the not included under JSY scheme. So JSY scheme is the Janani Suraksha Yojana. Always talk about the betterment of the mother and the child only. Option encouraging the hospital delivery, obviously. Abortion services, obviously, because it is about the mother. Vande Mataram scheme for the mother, so it is also a part of JSY. Then STD counseling about the sexually transmitted disease, which is a part of RCH activity, not the RCH activity, which is a part of the for adolescent also, for everyone. STD counseling is not for the mothers only, it is for the everyone. That's why it will not be a part of the JSY scheme. Okay, it will be part of Suraksha Clinic. Next, a lady on oral contraceptive pills, she forget to take 2 pills in 3rd week. Okay, a lady is taking oral contraceptive pills and she forget to take 2 pills in 3rd week. What to do next? So whenever someone forget, what will do? You will not give the baked tablets, that you will not say that you should take 3 tablets together. No, it will be harmful. So what we will do? We will resume the OCP regimen as it is, and we will give some additional barrier method also, like use of condoms, so that if there is a chance of failure of the OCP, it will be nullified by the use of the barrier method. So our option, take missed pills in next 2 days, it will be the wrong, because it will increase the number of the pills. Reassurance, no action taken, it will also not done, otherwise the client will see that you are bluffing about the contraceptive, and your trust will reduce. Now continue tablet with the additional barrier method for 7 days, it will be the best answer. Precaution for 7 days, continue new packet without break. So it is saying the precaution for 7 days. Okay, that precaution, what is precaution? Suppose they are taking barrier method and continue new pack, so we are not continue with the new pack, we have to continue with the old pack. Okay, this is the important thing. The answer will be C here. Then next question, mid-year population is taken as denominator in calculation of. So where mid-year population, so I already told you, when we calculate crude birth rate or crude death rate, we use mid-year population as a denominator. So CDR will be the answer. In MMR, maternal mortality ratio, we take live birth. In infant mortality ratio, we take live birth. And in case fertility rate, we take the total number of cases. Okay, so answer will be simple, it will be CDR. So you see the majority of the question have been asked from the IMR, MMR, CDR, TFR, GRR. Okay, so you should, this is very important topic for the FMG students. Now identify the correct method of the communication. Number 1, didactic. What is didactic? Didactic is the lecture. Socratic means like a person is sitting and everyone are disciples are surrounding the Socrat. Then mass communication, which cover the maximum population. So we should know about the communication method. What are the type of the communication? Number 1 is the one-way communication here, which is called the didactic method. So what I am doing is a didactic method, it is a one-way communication. Two-way communication is Socratic method, when the public is sitting, the audience is sitting, and one person is saying, another is asking the question. It is also a good method. Then other are the verbal communication, non-verbal, formal, informal, visual, telecommunication, the internet. So nowadays mass media communication is the biggest method, biggest platform. You know, during the COVID, what was the mode of teaching? That was the internet. So mass media communication is the important, because it involve a large population to communicate the knowledge. So mass communication, third will be the best answer. However, 2 and 3 both are the good answer, but 2 and 3 are not given in any option, that's why third will be the answer here. Next, in FRU, in first referral unit, which one of the following are the mandatory services? Mandatory services for the FRU. Okay, FRU, what is FRU? CSC is the FRU, community health center is the FRU. Number 1, pediatric super specialty. Pediatric super specialty not even available at the medical colleges, so it cannot, how can it be available at the CSC? It is not. Doctor service 24/7, yes, it is mandatory. Blood storage facilities for 24/7, it is also mandatory. Then surgical intervention is not necessary, that surgeon is available at CSC many times. So our answer will be 2 and 3. So in option B we are having 2 and 3 here. Okay, the next one is, a survey was done on mentally retarded patient. Okay, it was found that when exposed to environment, IQ level improve. So what we are saying, that a patient with MR and with the exposure to the environment, the IQ is improving. So if there are two things, one is eugenics and one is euthenics. In eugenics we are improving the race by improving the gene, and in euthenics we are improving the race by improving the environment. So here it is a euthenics. Okay, so eugenics is a wrong option here, only euthenics can be the correct. But here we are seeing that there is a improvement in the level, it means it is a positive thing, so it will be a positive euthenics, not a negative euthenic one. The next one, what type of questions are used in the focus group discussion? So you know what is FGD. We are doing a group discussion. We are sitting here, 8 to 10 people are sitting here, and they are talking randomly about any topic. So they will not give any MCQ option, they will not give any MCQ. So open-ended question means there will be any possible answer that can be. In MCQ is always a close-ended discussion. Okay, so open-ended question will be given in the, we'll be doing in the FGD. Every possible option, every possible answer we have to discuss in the focus group discussion. The next one is, which of the following is not included in the MMR, maternal mortality ratio? Death in 30th week due to RTA. So I already told you, if if a pregnant lady is expired due to accidents, road traffic accident, it will not be considered, not included in the MMR. So it will be answered death due to preeclampsia, death due to pregnancy, ectopic pregnancy, death due to PPH on 14th day of postpartum. They can be causes of the MMR. But death due to accident, death due to homicide, death due to drowning, death due to electrocution, these will not be considered in the MMR. Okay, so it was about the all PYQs of the community medicine that have been asked in the 2024 session of the FMG. If you liked the session, I hope you understood the session well. If you like the session, subscribe to channel and share to your friends. Okay, students, so we meet you in another video shortly. Bye.